Hey everyone, welcome back to the third video in the Git and GitHub tutorial series. Now, so far what we have covered is we know what Git is, and we have created an account on GitHub, and we've seen the basic terminologies and how do we add a repository on GitHub, how do we make some changes in it, how do we commit and everything. So in this video today we'll be seeing how to install Git and how do we actually use Git to connect it to GitHub, and how do we transfer our projects and folders from here to there. Now, for beginners, for starters, you'll need to go here and you'll need to download Git for yourself. So just hit Git download and that should do for you. Now, you'll be redirected to this site, Git downloads, and if you go there, that's where you'll see is the main page of Git, and you can go ahead for Windows or whatever OS that fits for you, and the exe file should start downloading. Now I'm not going to download or done it because I've already downloaded it before, so I'm just going to go here and start running it. So once it runs up, it'll show you this, and if you go for next and then what you can do is it'll show here if you want an icon on desktop or Git Bash and Git GUI here, and most of the time you can just go next. You can just directly go next. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to install it because I already have it installed. So once you're done with the installation, you're good to go. Now, it's basically not recommended to try to use GitHub from command line because Git is based on a Unix system, so using that might cause some problems. So it would be better if you don't use Git from your command line. Instead, once you have downloaded Git, you should be seeing something like this. Whenever you right click, you should be seeing Git GUI here and Git Bash here. Now, if you click on Git GUI, what you should be seeing is a window open up, and basically what that window does is it shows you all of this stuff. It helps you in creating a new repository, cloning an existing repository, opening an existing repository, but the much more fancier and frankly speaking the cool way to use it is Bash. No, what Bash is, it's just like the command prompt. It's a black screen where you can type in. So it fits actually. It's good for us to use. Why? Because we're programmers. We take the hard part every time. Now, hold on, this download is still continuing. Let me just cancel this. Okay, now, for our example purposes, what we'll be using is, in the previous video, what the repository that we had created, this exists on our GitHub account. It exists on the cloud service. So what if we wanted to bring it to our computer? What if we wanted to bring it to our local machine? So how would you do that? Last time I told you you could go click on clone and download, and you could click on download zip. Now that's one way. The another and kind of a proper method to do it would be right now you just need to open your Git Bash, and then you would be seeing here as it shows the current directory it's in. So it's showing that it's in the desktop now. That means it's here, it's in the desktop. Why? Because I right clicked here and I opened the bash here. So what you'll need to learn to use Git Bash are some of the basic commands. Now these commands aren't that hard, and they just range from 5 to 10 commands, that's it, and they're pretty much easy to remember, so it won't be that much of a difficulty. So if whenever you want to bring a repository from the online cloud saving service like GitHub, what you need to do is you need to copy the URL that they provide. I'm just gonna hit copy, and then what you can do is you can just type git space clone. Clone here is another Git terminology word, and what it references or what it refers to is it essentially means bringing down that whatever repository you want to using the URL that you provide onto your system. So if I just right like that, git clone and the URL, and I hit enter. It says cloning into the first repo. It's going to take some time. Remote counting objects, and yeah, as you can see, I've got a folder over here. Just bring it here. I've got a folder here that was created by Git, and essentially what that folder contains is these two files. It contains the same files that were there on the cloud version of that same repository. Now, that's one command down. Now, what we can next do with Git is, say you want to create a file. Say I want to add another file in this repository. I could say touch, let's go with tutorial2.py, and what it does is it creates another file here. Hold on. Oh, okay, my bad. It created that file on the desktop. I need to move the current directory from desktop to the project. So I write cd the first repo. So now that I'm in the cd first repo, and it shows here master. Now, why it shows here master, we'll be discussing in just a sec. So for now, let's just execute that command, touch tutorial2.py, and hold on. Yep, we have that tutorial.py. Now, before we go any further, I think we should be looking at a bit about branching. Why? Because that's going to help. So welcome back to the Paint horrible version. So hopefully I'll try to draw things in a better way this time. So let's say we have, same as last time, 3 versions. This time I'm gonna do them fast. See, so this will be version 1, this will be version 2, and this will be version 3. Now imagine that the project you're making is kind of like a WhatsApp project. You're making a chatting application. You've come up to version 3 and you decided that, okay, maybe I want to add the calling feature to my application. You want to add a call feature. So what you could do is you could go ahead working on this same line, adding, hold on, I was supposed to add this circle. You could continue adding more and more and more versions, only to realize that, okay, I think I maybe should not have done it this way, and then just to go back and I can do it. Now it does seem easy because of VCS, because of version control system, but there is another easier way. Instead of continuing on this branch, that's the terminology, just bear with me for a second. Instead of continuing on this way, instead of continuing in this one direction, what you can instead do is create a separate branch. Now what this branch will do is, up until this point, up until say this margin, or and hold on, not this margin, yeah, that's even more wrong. Up until this margin, these two branches were basically one. There were no 2 branches, there was just 1 branch, and after this point your software is split into 2 branches. Now in this main branch, let's call it the master branch, hold on, let's call it the master branch. You continue developing on other features, such as maybe adding emojis, or maybe you added stickers or something like that. Whereas in parallel to that, you keep working on your call feature. This is your calling feature. Now imagine that at some point you successfully create the calling feature. Now what you'd like to do, you'd like to merge it back, right? That's another GitHub terminology, Git terminology even. So you can merge branches back together as well. Like at one point they become a common branch. It's again back to just one master branch. So that's what branches is. When you have a feature, when you have something in your mind that you'd like to work on, you can split them, work on it separately or in parallel, and then join them. So that's how GitHub branching works. And the command to create Git branching is relatively simple. So before creating a branch, if you want to check out what branches you already have, what you can do is you can say git branch, and if you hit enter, it will show you how many branches there are. Right now it just shows you that there is one master. I mean, there's just one branch called master. I can't even speak properly. So there's no other branch. So let's say if you want to create a branch, then you should write git branch, and let's give this branch a name of b2. Okay, there's it. The branch is created. You can check it out by typing git branch, and it shows us there are two branches, master and b2, and currently you're on b2. Currently you're on master. So if you want to go to b2, there is no difference between both of them. Let's say I want to go to b2. What I should do is I should write git checkout b2. Okay, it says switch to branch b2, and notice that this changed over here. It was master before and now it's b2, signifying that right now you're on the b2 branch. And whatever changes that you do to your files right now while you are in b2 will only reflect while you are in the b2 branch. They won't be reflected in the master branch. Let me just show you another example. If I go into Sublime, and if I open this project over here, if we open the first repo project, okay, so Sublime actually helps you with all the GitHub VCS and Git stuff, because it shows you over here at the bottom right, you can see it shows you b2 over here. I don't know if it's properly visible, but it shows b2 over here, and that's how it's signifying that okay, you are in the second branch now. Okay, say if I make some other changes, that these are only going to be in b2. Say if I say feature 2, this is only in b2, and if I save it, and then if I come over here, and now what I can do is I can commit those changes. Remember from our previous video, commit means we are finalizing it. So in here you can do it as git commit, and you need to provide a message as usual. So just write double quotes and say first commit in b2, double quotes end, and hold on, oh yeah, sorry, my bad. You just need to write git commit m first commit in b2. Okay, now it says that you haven't added any files. That's another important step that you need to do, because right now your Git is working, but it doesn't know what files it should look at. It's kind of like you need to tell Git which files it needs to be looking at. As long as you don't tell it to do that, it won't look at any of the files. So what you need to do is git add dot. If you just do that, it will look at all of your files. It will be scanning, it will be looking at all of your files. And if you now do, hold on, git commit first commit in b2, it says 2 files changed, 5 insertions, 1 deletion, done. Now if I do git branch, no, let's go ahead and check out our master branch. Git checkout master. Now your branch is up to date with origin master, and if I come back here, that feature is gone. Why? Because now we have switched over to master. We are no longer in b2. It doesn't display us that, and we can continue with our whatever work you want in the master branch without interfering or without having any problems with the other branch that you created, in this case the b2 branch. So we'll wrap up the lecture here, and in the next video we'll be focusing on more Git commands and how to push and how to commit them, and hopefully we'll be done with Git so far. So if you like anything else, please let me know in the comments. Like, share the video if you like it, and stay tuned, and happy coding.